Is there something you know you're not good at? Something you always tell yourself and the people around you that you suck at this particular thing? For me, I used to always tell people things like I hate public speaking because I always get so nervous and I blink out, or I'm not good at winter sports, so like snowboarding, skiing, ice skating. If it requires balancing, know that I'm f***ed. But I realized by constantly saying these things only hurts my own ability to improve in these areas. It's almost like I'm the one restricting myself consciously and subconsciously from getting better because I'm always reminding myself that there's no hope, which in return becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy. So if I can flip that mindset and remove all that nonsense from my head and know that as long as I put in the work, then everything can be learned, including day trading. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. At 15, he wanted to be the biggest, baddest bodybuilder and become Mr. Universe. Of course, everybody laughed at him and doubted him. Good luck trying to build that kind of muscle and size, right? But as long as he himself didn't have those doubts, he knew that all that was left to do was just to put in the work. So he took it one rep at a time and didn't stop until he won like 13 world titles. Then he wanted to get into the show business and entertain people. And everybody laughed at him and doubted him again. Because of his heavy accent and his body type, it was almost impossible for a guy like that to blow up in Hollywood at the time, right? But he was determined and willing to learn. And he took it one acting class at a time, one speech class at a time, and put in the work and was eventually killing predators, saving John Connor, and became one of the biggest action movie stars of all time. But he didn't stop there. Then he wanted to get into politics and make a real change in the world. Everybody laughed and doubted him again. What does this German-speaking Austrian bodybuilding movie star know about politics, right? But nothing fazed him. This man was on a mission and he learned about the American history and its government. He surrounded himself with the right people, put in the work, and became the governor of California. I mean, this man has managed to accomplish 3 very successful lives in just one, with all 3 having nothing to do with each other. This shows that everything can be learned as long as we're willing to put in the work. My personal story, not as sexy as Arnold's, but I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm a high school dropout. Only finished up to the 10th grade. I got kicked out. I did eventually end up getting my GED, which, by the way, my mom cried when she found out that I passed. So I had to deal with a lot of doubts before getting to where I am today, which honestly, I feel like I'm just taking off. But I've been through tons of different seminars and courses, trying to find my own breakthrough, like some of you may be going through right now. I've looked into real estate investing, and while I was going through those courses, I was like, wait a minute. I'm someone who doesn't have the capital, never raised money, let alone even bought a house before. So the doubts kicked in. So after a few rejections from homeowners and lenders, I just ended up giving up. How dumb does that sound, right? Especially after hearing Arnold's story. Then I tried drop shipping. Maybe online business might be easier for me. Or at least that's what I was sold on by the sales guy at the time. But then I found out the business is saturated up the ass. So after like 2 months of posting and marketing with no luck, I got 0 sales. More doubts came into my head and ended up quitting on that. Then I tried swing trading with options. Thought all it took was to watch some videos on it. Tried it on and off for about a year, but of course it's never as easy as that, so I never got anywhere with it. Now what I did differently with day trading is that I actually worked my butt off. You see, all this time I was looking for an easy way out to making a lot of money and fast. But now I understand that there's no such thing. Everything takes a shit ton of work if I want to succeed. The day trading mentorship I took when I first started, guess what? There were a bunch of other traders there with me who took the exact same course and had access to the exact same information I did. But why is it that some didn't make it? It all comes down to work ethic and who had the perseverance to push forward. All the other courses I took for the real estate investing, options trading, drop shipping, the people who are also there with me over there, I'm sure some of them are killing it in that game right now because they outworked me. And what I learned from these previous failures is that failure doesn't mean I wasn't capable. It means I was underprepared. Failure is always part of the process and it's actually a good thing because it exposes what I need to work on. And success is the result from just repeating and adjusting enough times. It's really that simple. I'm sure most of you are here because you want to be day traders. And I believe the reason why there's such a low success rate is because anybody can easily open up an account and get started right away. And I think the worst thing that can happen to someone that's just starting is getting lucky on the first couple of trades and making a lot of money out of it, because now that person is going to be underestimating the work it takes to become consistently profitable. Think about it. If day trading had the same requirements as becoming a doctor, how many of us would still pursue it? Let's call it 4 years of undergrad, then 4 years of trading school, have to pass a bunch of exams, then a couple of years of paper trading before I can actually start day trading. I'm guessing some of us wouldn't even bother. But that's actually the type of effort I need to give if I want to succeed in this business. So what I did was follow something called the PAIR method. plan, execute, analyze, and refine. So I was waking up every day at 4 a.m. West Coast time to spend the first 2 hours pre-market prepping, scanning for gaps, making a plan for the day. Then I would trade from 6:30 to 1 p.m., open to close, executing my trading plan to the best of my ability. Then spending a few hours or so post-market reviewing all the gaps and trades I took that day, ideas I passed on, my management, and analyzing what I could have done better. Then another couple of hours or so continuing my studies with books, videos, or whatever, and refining and making the necessary adjustments coming into the next day and repeating that every single day. So when I first started, I was spending around 12 to 14 hours every day in the market and was pretty much living and breathing this shit. And then it was just a matter of time before I started to see consistent profit. And now looking back, I think one of the most important factors was that I was honest with myself, because it's very easy to lie to ourselves in this business because no one is really holding us accountable. For example, there's a saying in day trading that says we pay tuition through our losses. Well, it's only considered tuition if I actually learn from it and make the adjustments. If I don't, then I'm just using that as an excuse for bad trades. So it's very easy to develop bad habits and wrong beliefs. And if I'm always falling back to them, if I'm always bending the rules because no one is looking, that's Einstein's definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So it all starts with being honest with myself. Am I really here to master the skill of day trading and grinding this day in and day out? Am I investing as much of my time and money I can into courses and learning? Or am I just trying to piece together free videos to get by with a minimum investment? I personally spent around a total of $40,000 on all kinds of courses, and I was fine with that because I see that as my college tuition, which is a lot cheaper than the actual ones out there, I believe. What kind of sacrifices am I making? How much of my time am I allocating to TV shows, partying, going out, versus actually working on my goals? Right now it's Friday night, and it's been a long trading week for me. And it's my birthday weekend, but I made a commitment to put out content on this channel, so here I am. But whatever I'm trying to accomplish, I try to see myself from a third-person point of view and ask, is this guy really doing everything he can to make this happen? Do I think this person is putting in the type of work that got Arnold to be Mr. Olympia, the Terminator, and the Governor? If I don't like my answers, there's no whining, there's no crying, there's no blaming, there's no excuses. I adjust. All this takes is a willing to learn, some sacrifices, and putting in the work. I'm sorry, but there's no shortcuts. Everybody's got to put in their time. But if you do, everything and anything can be learned, including day trading. All right, I'm out of here. I hope there was some golden nuggets in there you can take with you. I'm here if you have any questions. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you on the next one.
I've been working hard, don't even got the time to stare at clocks. Mr. Quality means quantity, that means I drop a lot. First Ryan Gosling, I lost the notebook, so I won't jot nothing down. I've been out here trying to put on for the town.